Welcome to the EOB Podcast, where we talk about the weekend box office and the new openings this week. I'm Ben No, and joining me is Sen Dong. So Sen, welcome to another podcast.
Yes. Thanks.
Okay, yeah, so I'm glad that you're happy to be here, judging by your response.
You threw me off there. This is the first time. Is it the first time you said welcome to another podcast?
I don't know. It's rare.
No, yeah. Normally it says, "Hey, are you there?"
Yeah, because we never know, right? We're not in the same room,
Right.
so sometimes you might drop off.
Right.
Let's get going. Okay, so last weekend we have 3 new releases, right?
Yeah.
We have Ben Affleck's The Accountant. He plays this artistic, accountant, which is kind of rare.
Yeah.
That kind of moonlights as an assassin as well. And then there is Kevin Hart's What Now? I guess it's a concert film with some fictional elements interspersed in between.
Yeah.
Pretty much a standard routine. And then there is the Max Steel. It's kind of like a superhero movie that is based on a toy.
Yeah.
Yes, a toy. Yeah, judging by that performance, I guess no one really knew it existed.
Right.
But okay, so let's jump right in and see how we did. Okay.
Okay.
The number 1 movie over the weekend is The Accountant. I think that's where the movie is expected to place, right? The top movie.
Mm-hmm.
I said it would do between 20 to 25 million, and you say 10.
Right.
But it pulled in 24.7 million over the weekend.
Yes, pretty much right at where you had it. At the upper end of your 20 to 25 million range. You were right on this one. And I was way off. I said 10 million.
You say 10.
I guess Ben Affleck does have a draw after all those hits that he's been producing.
Well, Ben Affleck has always been kind of like a mid-tier level draw. He's not like these A-lister, the Johnny Depps, the Tom Cruise. He's not at that level. Or even, his friend Matt Damon, right? Mm-hmm. But he's always there, kind of like a notch below. His draw level is, about 20-ish.
Yeah. Or actually more like 15-ish. It depends on the type of film. I think Daredevil was one of his higher ones when they opened to like 45 million. It depends on the kind of movie. Or, Armageddon opened huge, like in the 50 million range. Or not Clear and Present. One of his Jack Ryan, he did a Jack Ryan one.
Right.
Sum of All Fears, I think that was it.
Yeah.
That also opened to about 45 million. But other films below that are like times, I think like maybe around 15 million range. So I guess if you average it out, 20 million is pretty good.
Yeah. Those movies you mentioned, which had a higher gross, those movies are really not him. It's more like the property, like Daredevil is a comic book.
Yeah, Armageddon is Michael Bay.
Right.
And Sum of All Fears has Morgan Freeman and a bunch of other stars. And it's, it's a huge property. It's a franchise.
Right.
After those films, he did produce a bunch of duds and eventually had trouble opening films. But after that, he went into directing, and then he made a couple films that not only were well reviewed, but also won Oscars and did well at the box office. That kind of put him onto the A-list. Now it seems like almost every film, whether he's directing or starring in, is opening pretty well, like The Accountant.
Right. I mean, you had your doubts about this movie. You said, 10 million.
Yeah.
I said, hey, right now he's the guy for Warner Brothers. He's Batman. He's the guy who's holding all, their superhero movies together, as the eye patch guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, true, yeah. He's Batman. He's also the guy they can go to, if they want some Oscars now. Let him write and direct, and based on his previous couple of films, you almost guarantee an Oscar nomination.
Well, maybe, but that's
maybe.
Kind of one of these one-off things coming. But now I think they had, for them, for Warner Brothers, right? I think they have bigger things for, Ben Affleck is for him to make, these commercial movies.
Yeah,
to make the money.
So Ben Affleck, his style has never been wider. You can count on him as a screenwriter, as a director, as a star. It's the cornerstone of your superhero franchise or universe.
Okay. Moving on to number 2 is Kevin Hart. What now? Pulled in about 11.9 million over the weekend. Did a bit worse than where we projected the movie to do.
We were thinking
had it around 15 million. Yeah.
So a couple million.
But it's around right there. It's around there.
Yeah, we're in the ballpark. So not a little lower, but the film only cost 10 million. It opened at 12 million. These kind of films tend to drop hard, and compared to other Kevin Hart films, this is a significantly lower opening. But hey, it's basically someone filming, his stand-up routine. So, it's not bad. They're gonna make money.
Yeah, they are. It is pretty much like one of these, stand-up routine. They filmed it and they kind of inserted some other scripted elements in it.
Yeah, they inserted some elements to make it more cinematic, to make it, more like it's worth it to watch it in the cinemas. Rather than wait,
or for those people who couldn't check out his, stand-up.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else to say about the movie.
Right.
Okay, number 3 is The Girl on the Train in the second weekend. It pulled in 11.9 million, and the domestic gross so far is 46.5 million.
Right, on a budget of 45 million, it's doing well. The drop-off is not too bad, around 50%. Obviously, it's not holding up as well as Gone Girl, mainly because the reviews aren't as great. So the word of mouth will probably not be as great, but it's performing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it could linger in theaters, but who knows? I mean, like I said, this movie target more toward the older crowd, so they don't usually rush out in the first or second weekend to watch the movie. And it is based on a popular best-selling novel in 2015. So hey,
and it did get kind of direct competition from The Accountant. They're both thrillers. The Accountant wasn't based on a book, but similar audience.
Well, I guess one is more
male.
More male.
Right.
So
that's true.
Okay. Number 4 is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Pulled in 8.9 million over the weekend, experienced a 41% drop off. In its third weekend, it has a domestic gross of 65.8 million. The budget is 110.
Still has a ways to go to reach that number. It will not, but the whole is decent, around 40% every week. But even at this rate, it's not going to reach 110 million domestically. But the worldwide figure is already at nearly 200 million. So even at 110 million, it looks like worldwide it will eventually make a profit.
Yep, it's a worldwide hit, even though domestically it might not be that big of a hit. Right?
Yeah, domestically it's considered a disappointment. It didn't bomb, but the way it's holding up, it'll probably make 90 million maybe. So not too far off from 110 million, but worldwide it's going to be a decent size hit.
Okay, and what is a bomb, however, is number 5, Deepwater Horizon. Pulled in 6.3 million over the weekend. Domestic gross is about 49 million. A similar budget to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, 110. Worldwide is at 77 million.
Yeah. Kind of a disappointment for Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg.
Yep, they couldn't pull off what they did with Lone Survivor.
Right, yeah. Maybe like I said in previous weeks that, you can only draw so many viewers on a movie about an oil rig, right?
Yeah, oil rig explosion.
Yeah, oil rig explosion. That can only appeal to so many people.
Yeah, the thing is, like, these movies based on like real life events, they haven't been really doing that well, right? I mean, there's Deepwater Horizon. There's like the minor thing, the 33 or something.
Yeah, But then you have Sully too. But then there's Sully's.
Well, yeah, Sully, but it's kind of like the exception,
right?
Yeah,
it is the exception. Because of Sully. And what was Tom Hanks' previous one? Captain Phillips, was it?
Yeah, Captain Phillips.
Yeah. Because of these exceptions, they're gonna crank out more of these because they'll always point to, hey, Sully did over 100 million. Captain Phillips did over 100 million.
Right. This is gonna be the Captain Phillips of whatever, right?
Yeah, they're not gonna mention 33 or Deepwater Horizon.
Right. Those movies fail because they didn't have us behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, right. All right. Number 6, Storks pulled in the 6.5 million over the weekend.
5.6.
Oh yeah, 5.6 million. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Domestic gross so far is 59 million on a budget of 70. The worldwide figure is 130, so it's doing okay.
Yeah, it's doing okay. Kind of like Miss Peregrine's for Home for Peculiar Children. It's gonna make double its budget worldwide, and it's gonna be one of those films on a worldwide level. Is gonna be a decent hit.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I had higher expectation for this movie, and it didn't really meet it. You know, I thought it would do better, but nah.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I thought it was gonna do worse, but so it was somewhere in the middle, and it's dropping by 30%. So at this rate, it's gonna make over 70 million.
Right. But I expected to do more. To be better. I expect to see maybe a Storks 2.
You know what? It might, if it continues to hold up like in the 30% range. We might see a Storks 2 because the budget's only 70 million. At its current rate, it looks like it might make over 70 million. And these are the kind of films that do really well on home video. So they might make a decent sized profit enough to actually, for us to get a Storks 2. But I think everyone's, because they attached the Lego movie from the studio that made Lego movie to it. This feels like a disappointment because the Lego movie made over 200 million. But, this doesn't have the Lego, the Lego brand.
No, but what else can they say about it, right?
Yeah.
They have to make a connection to some
a hit
success.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They can't just say, we just came out with an animated film.
Please watch.
Yeah, please watch. Yeah.
Which is what they did.
Yeah. And the reviews were okay, right? Like 60%. Yeah. Not bad.
It was decent, but it wasn't like I said, it wasn't the breakout hit that we expected to be. But
that you expected to be. I was expecting it to bomb, and it's not. It didn't bomb. So it went somewhere in the middle. It wasn't as big of a hit as you expected. It didn't bomb as I expected. But it looks like it's going to be what they consider a modest hit.
All right, number 7 is The Magnificent Seven, in its fourth weekend, pulled in 5.2 million. Domestic gross so far is 84 million, and the worldwide take is 148. Budget's 90, so it's holding up. Yeah,
looks like in the upcoming weeks it could get to 100, maybe.
Yeah, you never know, because you might get this surge during if it stays in theaters until the holiday weekends. There's Halloween coming up. There's the Christmas. If it can stay in that long, there's that. So might get a bump.
Yeah, the worldwide figure is at about 150 at a $90 million budget. They're still kind of low, but it'll probably ramp up worldwide in the upcoming weeks, and it might still be able to double its budget worldwide. But I wouldn't consider this a hit until then, because I think everyone expected it to do a little bit better, especially with Chris Pratt. Like we said before, it's doing the usual Denzel Washington numbers. And I think everyone expected with Chris Pratt in the cast that it would get a bump, but it didn't.
We'll see. Like I said, we're waiting on the worldwide figures to see how well we do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 8, Middle School, the worst years of my life. Hard to believe this is the second weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It put in about 4.3 million. Budget's only 8.5, and after 2 weeks is put in about 13.7 million.
Mm-hmm.
So like we said, the book series that's based on is probably not that big, not huge.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're seeing kind of like the respective box office takes.
Right.
And speaking of Sully, it fell to number 9. Put in 2.9 million over the weekend. Domestic gross right now is 118 million. Worldwide is 175 million.
Yeah, on a budget of just 60 million. Nothing more we can say about it other than another hit for Clint Eastwood and another hit for Tom Hanks.
All right, and at number 10 is The Birth of the Nation. It fell 61%.
Yeah, that's a typical African American demographic drop.
Yeah, and it pulled in 2.7 million over the weekend. After opening frame of about 7 million,
mm-hmm.
Last weekend.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna hold on, until the war season hits up.
Yeah, maybe, like I said, but this movie is kind of like a drama, and I say, these controversies aside, these type of movies really don't do that well, at the box office among, its target audience.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they can't promote it as well as they could because of the controversy. because originally they were going to push Nate Parker.
Sure, but like I said,
I know what you're saying, but now they can't push him anymore because they were originally going to push him heavily on this because this is a film that Nate Parker had tried to make for the last 7 or 8 years, and it was one of those things where it's a perfect storm of things because of Oscar So White. This is a film that that they were going to push as, hey, we're going to get this into the Oscars. You're going to see an African American being nominated for probably not only writing, directing, but also as a star. And it fits with the times because of the Black Lives Matter movement. It was one of those films that was kind of like the perfect storm of things. But that whole wig controversy kind of threw this entire thing out of the window. So now this is what we have. It's like a film that, from what I started reading was, they can't promote Nate Parker anymore, but instead they had to use the producer to promote this film. And even some of the stars have trouble promoting this film, like Gabrielle Union wasn't quite sure how she's going to promote this film because she's actually a wig victim. She didn't know that Nate Parker had that history. So it was kind of hard for her to promote this film too. Because of that controversy, none of them, the studio, the stars, no one quite knows how to push this film.
Yeah, well, I know what you're saying too, but it's one of those things that we'll never know, right?
Yeah.
Because like we said this about other movies as well. And, I guess the audience just didn't show up.
We probably said this about the, Martin Luther King movie.
Yeah, Selma. We said about other ones.
Yeah, Selma. And it could be that. But at the same time, the studio definitely couldn't push this film the way they had wanted to push it.
Now, I know, that's true too. But I mean, they could get an award season bump, right?
Yeah.
They could get more nominations. But I'm not sure how it will do at the box office. I'm just saying it, box office wise, regardless.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm saying that because they couldn't market this film as well as they could have, it's not having the kind of impact at the box office because of it. Because the entire marketing campaign that they originally planned after the purchase of this film, they had to kind of throw that out the window. They couldn't really promote it as they could. And the stars, when the only person they can use to promote this film is a producer, one, without a resume too. And they couldn't use any of the stars to promote it. They have a problem. It became one of those films where they just kind of threw it out there, rather than a film that they can promote.
Right.
I know what you're saying. This could, we'll never know. This could have been, even if they could have promoted it heavily, it could have done the same numbers. But at the same time, you have to factor in, we'll never know. But I think just because they couldn't market it the way they could have, that could have had an impact on the film.
All right, and we'll leave it at that because we'll never know.
Yeah.
All right, and a movie of note is Max Steel, coming in at number 11. It pulled in about 2.1 million over the weekend. I mean, we both weren't that high on the movie.
Yeah.
I said 10 to 15, you said 8 to 10, but even that, it failed to meet our lowish expectation. I mean, for a movie, I think cost around 60 million, right?
I'm not sure, but, with special effects, probably at least 60 million.
Yeah, at a minimum. I mean, since they're not paying the actors any.
Yeah. This is a bona fide bomb.
Yeah, I said in the last podcast that when I was strolling across the toy aisles, I didn't see any Max Steel toys. It might be a good reason why they're not promoting the movie. I mean, or is that they know that this movie's not going to hit it big, so they're not stocking up on the toys.
It wasn't distributed by a major studio. It's the Open World Films. Is kind of like not a big distributor.
Oh no, Open World Films. It's a collaboration between like two major theater chains.
Ah, okay, I see.
So they buy the movies and release it.
Okay.
So they don't produce the movies.
Right. You have a thing with if the toys are selling well, then the movie's probably not gonna open as well. I think you said the same thing about
Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
right?
Ghostbusters, and you were right.
Yeah, I mean, because they preview these movies to like these toy companies,
right?
And these these businesses, like the Walmart, Target, whatever,
Yeah.
and for the buyers to stock up on these items or to order items, right? And I guess they didn't see anything in the movie.
Yeah, right.
Okay, not much else we can say about Max Steel other than, hey, that's the certified bomb of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how about we move on to the week's new releases?
Sure.
Okay, we have 4. It's gonna be crowded this weekend.
Yeah.
We have Boo, Madea Halloween, by Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm.
There's Jack Reacher, the second movie. I think it's called Never Go Back, subtitle.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Reacher, Never Go Back.
Mm-hmm.
There is Keeping Up with the Joneses. It's an action comedy. And then there's Ouija, Origins of Evil. It's the second movie based on that board game. So how about we start off with Jack Reacher, the Tom Cruise?
Sure. The first one only did, how much did they do? Like 70, 80 million? Domestically?
Yeah, it opened to 15 million,
Okay.
kind of lowish for a Tom Cruise movie,
Mhm.
right? It did 80 million domestic, but worldwide it pulled in 218.
Yeah, on a budget of just 60 million, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for a movie that only opened at 15 million and went on to make 80, that's a pretty big movie, especially nowadays. So because of a budget of just 60 million, a 218 million worldwide gross is really good. You had your doubts before as to whether or not they were going to make a second one, but they eventually went on to make a second one anyway because this was directed by, wait, hold on.
Yeah, Edward Zwick.
Yeah, not the same director as the previous one.
Yeah, Christopher McQuarrie, I think.
Yeah, Christopher McQuarrie, who also directed the last Mission Impossible.
Right. Tom Cruise worked with Zwick before.
Yeah.
They collaborate on The Last Samurai.
Ah, okay. You mean Edward Zwick?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought Christopher McQuarrie would come back and direct this, but I guess not.
Yeah, they were working on. I think they were working on the Mission Impossible movie, and I read somewhere. I guess there was a schedule open up for. There was delay with the movie, and it opened up the way for him to do Jack Reacher.
Oh, okay. I wonder why he didn't come back to do this one.
Because he was working on Mission Impossible.
Well, the whole thing with this one was because the two of them did the first one, and then they did Mission Impossible, which did pretty well. And I thought the two of them would come back and do this one because of how well Mission Impossible did. But I'm surprised that they ended up hiring Edward Zwick instead. Yeah, so I'm not sure what went wrong there. Not what went wrong, but what sidetracked
I don't think it's anything that went wrong. I think it's just like a scheduling thing. It's like, like Tom Cruise has all these movies lined up.
Mm-hmm.
And, like once the director is done shooting a movie, he has to go back and, edit it if that's what he wants to do, right?
Yeah, but even at the time, the way they were pushing a Jack Reacher 2 was because of the two of them. The way they were pushing is that, hey, Christopher McQuarrie, who did the first one, because the first one, based on his budget was a hit, but it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't like Mission Impossible. But one of the reasons why they might do a second one is because, Christopher McQuarrie directed the last Mission Impossible, which did pretty well. And you would think that the studio, based on that, would try to push them together to make another movie, and that would be the Jack Reacher 2, but for some reason it's not done.
Right. In any case, it's here. The Jack Reacher sequel is here.
Yeah.
And I hope the subtitle is not prophetic.
Right. I wonder what the budget is for this. Because the first one was, modestly budgeted at 60 million. Would they budget this one for more? I don't know.
I think it's between 60 to 90, or 100.
Okay.
We don't know.
Right.
But Tom Cruise probably want better production, out of this. Who knows though?
Yeah.
Right? Or it could remain the same. But like I said, the first movie didn't do that well. I mean, it did okay, but considering it's a Tom Cruise movie, it didn't do that well. In the domestic market, it didn't open huge. 15 million is kind of low for again a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah.
And based on one of these book series.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
Yeah, I had my doubts about the sequel, but they made one anyway. So I'm thinking it's gonna probably open up in the same way, like 15 million.
I'll go just a bit higher. I'll just go 20 to 25.
20 to okay.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the first movie wasn't that great.
It had legs.
That well.
It had legs. Normally nowadays, a movie that opens to 15 will make 50 million at best. But it went on to make 80. So it did have legs.
Yeah, but then you have Tom Cruise. You have Tom Cruise. But I say I'm going with that sequels usually make less than the previous movies.
It depends. Like the second sequel, if the first one was well received, will make more than the the first one. It's when you get to the third and fourth one, that's when they start dropping off.
Okay.
Yeah. Nowadays, anyway.
Well, like I said, never go back.
Yeah.
We'll see, we'll know.
Okay.
We'll know.
All right. So you're going 15. I'll go 20 to 25.
All right. How about we move on to Keeping Up with the Joneses?
Yeah.
It's kind of like an action comedy starring Isla Fisher, Gal Gadot, Zach Galifianakis, John Hamm. It's kind of like other comedies, like Melissa McCarthy's Spy, Brothers Grimm, even True Lies, right? It's like regular people they got pulled in the world of espionage by this pair couple played by Gal Gadot and John Hamm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Although Zach
Galifianakis.
Yeah, Galifianakis. He's had a couple of films, but where he co-stars with another top-tier star did do well.
Well, I'm going to stop you there, okay?
Okay.
Regardless of whatever reason that we put out, you and I say, this is a movie where we get to see Isla Fisher and Gal Gadot in underwear.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
So I'm saying, regardless of what we said, that's what the audience is going to be focusing on.
Okay,
so we don't need to say anything else. Gal Gadot, Isla Fisher in underwear.
All right, sure.
Okay, but you can continue to finish up what you were saying, but I just want to point that out.
Okay, anyway. I'm giving this film 8 million.
Yeah, I'm not that high on the movie either, but I'm going to go a little bit higher, 10 million.
All right.
Because Isla Fisher, or, this is pretty much a Zach Galifianakis movie, right? It has Gal Gadot, even Isla Fisher.
Yeah, and since the Hangover movies, he hasn't... Wait, he did well in a movie with... my mind's blinking.
Oh, The Campaign, you mean, with Will Ferrell, Jason Sudeikis?
Oh, did that do well?
Yeah, that did well. That pulled in 86 million domestic.
That's not bad. He also did another one with another co-star. Oh, that's right. Okay. He did one with Robert Downey Jr., Due Date, that also made 100 million.
Yeah, but that was Robert Downey
Jr.
Jr.
Yeah, that was Robert Downey Jr.
Todd Phillips.
Yeah, in a comedy, which is his forte. But, again, he's the co-star he's not the guy receiving top billing. So since Due Date and The Hangover, there was only The Campaign. But he hasn't done much, as a top bill star. So except for The Masterminds, which didn't do well, and now Keeping Up with the Joneses. And no one here can open movies by themselves.
At least not yet.
Yeah. Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman still hasn't come out. So
well, like I said, I don't have high hopes for Wonder Woman.
Right.
But both went high with the movie, I guess, and it's also a terrible title, Keeping Up with the Joneses. So generic.
Yeah, right.
And like I say, and it's the familiarity of the premise itself, like regular couple that got pulled in a world of espionage. Haha, right?
Yeah.
We've seen that before.
Yeah, so I'm 8 million.
Okay, all right. I guess we're both kind of there.
Yeah, let's move on to, should we do Ouija?
Okay, Ouija.
Origin of Evil.
Which is the second movie.
Yeah, the first one made, I think, gross total around 50 million. Somewhere around there.
Yes. It opened to 20. Gross 50 domestic and a worldwide of 103. And of course, the budget is low, 5 million.
Right. With that kind of multiplier, you gotta crank out a sequel. But I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like a typical horror film. The trailer.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we weren't high on the first movie anyway.
Yeah, and the first one dropped off. Yeah, it opened to 20, but it dropped off really quickly, like other horror films in the genre. The multiplier is pretty low, only about 2.5. So this one, I don't think will have the legs. So maybe if the first one opened to... But hey, Halloween is coming up. If the first one opened to 20, I guess maybe this one, I would say 12 to 15. Do people still care?
12. We don't know with horror movies. It could open really well. It could bomb.
Yeah.
But the first one did well. I mean, it has a name, right? You say 12 to 15?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 10. I'm always going to go low with horror movies.
All right. Yeah, my original gut feeling was that too because of how quickly the first film dropped off.
Yeah, but also the thing with horror movies, you never know. I mean, they could do like extremely well. I mean, could open to 30.
Right. Let's move on to a tweener. Boo and Madea Halloween is a comedy and a horror film. One of these films that kind of in the vein of the scary movies.
It's almost like a spoof movie, right?
Yeah, it's one of these spoof movies, except with Madea.
Right, which is Tyler Perry in drag, but
Yeah.
I guess they play it as a real character.
Yeah, and Madea movies have been dependable. They have consistently done well. But there is a drop-off in the last one opened to 16 million and went on to boast about 52.5 million. So this one, I think, will continue to slide. So I'm saying 12 million.
12 million. I'm gonna go a bit higher than you,
Okay.
15.
Okay.
A round number.
All right.
Because Tyler Perry, the Madea movies, usually, with the exception of one, usually open in the I guess the 20 million range or so.
Yeah, much more.
And then they have a final gross between 50 to 60 million.
Yeah.
And this one, it seems kind of like hot podgy to me. It seems
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of spoofy to me and doesn't know what it wants it to be. And it seems like it's a movie.
But they all seem
seems
this
like
way,
they made
though. They all seem this way, though.
Yeah, but it seems like it. They just made a movie for the sake of making a Halloween movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're all kind of like this, though. Like Tyler Perry's Madea's family reunion. Tyler Perry's Madea goes to jail. Tyler Perry's Madea's
Right.
big happy family. Tyler Perry's Madea's witness protection. And then the last one, Tyler Perry's and Madea's Christmas.
Right.
Pretty soon there'll be. I'm surprised they haven't done a Valentine's one yet.
Well, he hasn't gotten around to it yet, right? I mean,
Yeah,
'cause
that's
he
true.
did. I mean, Tyler Perry make serious movie too.
Yeah. Right.
So he just hadn't gotten around to it, and this is one of where he, got an idea. Oh, okay, I'll make a Halloween movie.
Yeah, right.
Of course, just like Gary Marshall, he'll eventually get around to making a Valentine's movie.
Yeah, right.
Okay, me 15, you 12. Yeah, we're not that high on this week's new releases. Maybe with the exception of Jack Richard, even that I'm kind of I predicted low on it.
Yeah, I'm kind of high
A little
on
bit
that.
more optimistic,
Yeah,
and we'll see how it goes.
right.
All right, I think after this weekend we're gonna. The big movies are coming out,
Mhm.
right? We have Inferno the following week,
Mhm.
then there's Doctor Strange, right?
Oh, yeah. That should be interesting.
And then Fantastic Beasts. So the bigger movies, the big blockbusters are coming out.
Oh, that's why they're dumping these movies. All these movies this weekend.
Yeah, maybe, but it's just Halloween,
Yeah, that's true.
And aren't typically Halloween during the week of the Halloween that the movie going is pretty slow.
Yeah, it is because people are out trick or treating.
Yeah.
Oh, but luckily Halloween lands on a Monday, so they're good.
But still,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys next weekend to see how these films do.